So now that we've done a little bit of the heart writing, what I want to move you into at this point is called the heart drawing. Now, I love drawing. One of the things that I love about drawing is that, unlike words, it's really difficult for anybody to pick up a heart drawing and interpret what it was and what it means and what it is that you're trying to convey. And let me give you an example. And again, just like with the heart writing, we move into that space of feeling and you just let it flow. And this is where your markers come in, and just real handy. Now, the other night I was in here and I was doing some work and I had a lot on my mind, and so I created this image. Now, this is a heart drawing. This was the start of this drawing, and it ended somewhere down here. The thing about it, though, and I can't even tell you, is that in the moment, this made total sense. Now, there's a few pieces to this that I remember very well what it was about. But now, several days later, the energy of this has totally changed. But in the moment, it felt great. And I knew exactly what it was about, and I knew why it needed to be the way it is. Now, look at this, how abstract that is. You don't have to be an amazing artist to do a heart drawing. Nobody's going to critique it. Nobody's going to hang that in a museum. But when I look at it now, even though I don't remember what all the pieces were, it feels good because I know that I moved things out. So how do you do this? This was an activity that I call Color Your Day. And Color Your Day is something that you can do to process how you're doing. How did the flow of your day go? How are you managing your day-to-day? Color Your Day is a very powerful and effective way to check where you're at and to move your emotions or just to touch base with your day-to-day experience. I like Color Your Day a lot. The other thing that you can do is to do a heart drawing about the loss itself or about an emotion. One time I had a client who was dealing with an amazing amount of anxiety, and we did a heart drawing, and I said, I just want you to draw what you feel. And she says, what do you mean, draw what I feel? This doesn't make any sense. I said, well, tell me what you feel. I said, I just feel anxious. Everything's all tied up. I said, well, draw that tied up. And she just took the pen and the paper and just started circles and circles and circles and all of this energy. And then all of a sudden, it was, for me, it was a wonderful experience. For her, it was amazing. All of a sudden, this turned into just slashes. And as the slashes came, everything opened up. And she started to cry. And as she started to cry, she started to express all of this feeling because she was able to draw what was going on inside. There weren't words for it at first, but there was a shape. And as she let her heart draw, we were able to get to the core, the heart of the matter. And she let it all go. And as it came out into this image that represented what she was feeling, all of a sudden she had understanding and clarity. And not only that, but her emotions had permission to move and to be free into something that was safe. Nobody would have known what that was, and she didn't have to explain it to anybody. The power of the heart drawing is vast. I had another client one time who was dealing with a lot of emotions and, again, some anxiety. And I had him take his non-dominant hand. In his case, it was his left hand. He did a lot of computer work and was on the computer with the mouse all day long. And so while his right hand was mousing, he took his left hand and he just doodled. And this hand was able to just doodle while he focused on the computer with his right hand. And what he told me was having that kind of open gate to flow the emotion through the left hand, the non-dominant hand that could just doodle away with whatever he was feeling in the back of his mind, gave him the freedom to do the work he needed. That's what a heart drawing is all about. Color your day is an amazing way to do it. You just sit down and you think about your day and you contemplate the emotions and the flow, and you try to capture it in an image. Don't try to interpret it. Just let it be. Let it go. Let it move. And as you do that, you actually are going to experience that flow just like my client did, who started circling and slashing. Now maybe you're not going to circle and slash, but you will feel that freedom. You will find a way to express what you're feeling when words don't have the ability to touch it. Sometimes our heart doesn't have words, but it does have color, and it has shapes, and it has images. I'm a huge fan of stick figures. If I ever feel like I need to add a person, a stick figure is a great way to do it. It doesn't have to be a Picasso. There's no Rembrandt that needs to be created. But there is your heart. And as you create this heart drawing, it actually opens up and creates that free flow. Sometimes this is what the emotion looks like. And the more we create this, the freer that emotion is to come out. Now, just like everything else, you are the one who gets to choose what to do with this. You're the one who gets to choose, do I hang on to it, or do I move it on? I had another client one time, we were doing one of these, and I said to her, what do you want to do with that? And she said, I want to burn it. I said, oh, really? Tell me more about that. And she told me about what it was like to get all of that out, and now to remove that from her life, she wanted to burn it. And because her husband had been such a huge part of the process with her, she took it home, and she came back and she told me that they went out to the deck and opened up the barbecue grill and fired it up, and she shredded it and watched each part of it burn and just disappear into the flame of the barbecue grill. Now that's what she needed to do. I've told you about other folks that have kept them. I have some heart drawings that I've kept that I do know and understand what they are, and they're meaningful to me. It really is up to you what you want to do with it and how you need to use this drawing. But in those times of great emotion, when you can't put a word to it, I know that you can put a color to it, and that you can color your day, you can color your heart. And as you do that, that overwhelming emotional abyss now has a vehicle to move and to process and to release everything that's in it. Give it a try. Play around with heart drawing and coloring your day, or just doodling. Sometimes it's the funnest thing we can do, and it's a great release, and nobody needs to know what it is that you're doing. I will see you in the next section.